The Spirit of Place by Loci originates not only from a location's physical attributes but also from the human activities that occur there. According to Norbert Schulz, Loci is the unique atmosphere and character of a place. This character is shaped by the natural environment, architectural structures, and the experience and memories of the people who live there. While physical design determines the potential of a space, human activity brings this potential to life and imbues the place with meaning. On the other hand, Gale emphasized the impact of the physical environment on social life by examining human behaviors and interactions in public spaces. The vitality and identity of a place are closely linked to the social activities, encounters, and shared experiences that take place there. In this context, it is difficult for the spirit of place to exist meaningfully throughout physical design or human activity alone. Both complement and interact with each other. A well-designed public space encourages people to interact, while a vibrant social life gives the place a unique character and spirit. Therefore, Genius Loci emerges as a dynamic interaction between physical design and human.
Hello, I'm Arda Nural. Today we will talk about second question. Norberg Schulz emphasizes a place's intrinsic character while Gale highlights how people interact with it. What matters more to urban identity, a place's inherent essence or its lived experience? Let's begin. According to Norberg Schulz, a place's natural essence or intrinsic character stems from its permanent and unchanging features such as its geographical location, topography, natural materials, and historical layers. This essence is a fundamental and deeply rooted element that forms the identity of the place. For instance, the harsh and resilient atmosphere of a rocky coastal town or the calm and inviting feeling of a fertile plain can be given as examples of the intrinsic character. Gale, on the other hand, argues that urban identity is shaped through the relationships and experiences people have with the place. Lively conversations in a square, children playing in a park, everyday interactions in the streets, and shared memories constitute the lived experience of the place. These experiences add meaning and value of the place, transforming it from just a physical structure into a place where people feel a sense of belonging. Which is more important for urban identity is a debatable issue. Interesting character alone can remain abstract and potentially inert without human interaction. On the other hand, an identity based solely on temporary human interactions lacking a physical foundation can be superficial and lack permanence. The ideal urban identity emerged from a balanced and harmonious interaction between the natural essence of the place and the experience of the people who live there. It's an approach that nourishes the spirit of a place by respecting both its permanent characteristic and supporting a vibrant social life. Thank you for listening to me.
Hello, I am Same. Today I will discuss the question both authors critique placeless, generic urban design. How do they approach coverage in their critique modernism, and where do they diverge in offering solutions? Let's begin. Norberg Schulz and Gale both critique the placeless and generic urban design brought about by modernism, arguing that it erodes the unique identities of places. They both contend that modernism's functionalist and abstract approach disregards the historical, cultural, and natural context that constitute the spirit of places. This has led to the emergence of environments that are homogeneous everywhere, devoid of character, and distant from the human scale. However, some differences can be observed in their proposed solutions. Norberg Schulz focuses on rediscovering the genius loci of a place and emphasizes that architectural design should be sensitive to this unique character. He believes that the compatibility of buildings with the topography, materials, and history of their location are fundamental elements that strengthen the spirit of the place. Gale, on the other hand, adopts a more human-centered approach. He proposes enhancing the quality of public spaces neglected by modernism, encouraging pedestrian and bicycle use, and creating spaces that support social interactions. For him, what matters is the direct experience of people with the city. He suggests that through small-scale interventions by preserving the existing structural fabric and responding. That was all for the third question. Thank you for listening me.
The fourth question asks whether small-scale design interventions in historical areas, as suggested by John Gale, can preserve the spirit of a place while simultaneously increasing its social vitality. Yes, such interventions can potentially achieve both objectives. Historical areas possess a unique atmosphere and identity. This is referred to as the spirit of the place. This spirit is shaped by the area's architecture, materials, texture, historical events, and cultural practice. Small-scale interventions can support and emphasize this original character instead of directly altering it. For example, small-scale landscaping arrangements made with materials appropriate to the historical fabric, the improvement of seating areas and pedestrian paths, or the creation of temporary event space can preserve the aesthetic and historical value of the area while encouraging people to come together and interact. As Gale emphasizes, the quality and accessibility of public space directly affects social vitality. Human-centered design changes on a small scale can fully realize the potential of historical areas, both preserving their spirit and contributing to their becoming living space. This approach aims to strengthen the existing fabric and enrich people's experience by avoiding large and destructive interventions.